Hello, 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 how are you? This is Els coming to you from Bemis Crafty Corner. And today we have this cute little pocket. Isn't that cute? You can tuck this into a journal. You could actually put paper on the back so you can journal on the back of it if you want to, or use a lighter cardstock. And you know, just some pretty journaling space here. And then we have this little pocket up front. Now, I tried this. We're going to be using vellum today, but this is actually parchment paper from the kitchen, and it seems to hold up pretty well. Just need to be careful when you're attaching it that you use glue and not tape, because the tape, it just peels right off, but the glue holds pretty well. Again, this is a 6x6 buster, so get out your 6x6 pads. I'm going to get a supply list, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's take a look. So, supplies on this one. You're going to want something to put a finger notch in. You're going to want some vellum, parchment paper from the kitchen, wax paper, if you have like not wax paper, but deli paper, or tracing paper would even work here. Tracing paper might be a little bit thin, but, you know, small piece of vellum. 6x6, I'm actually using a 6x8 because I'm going to put this into a project that I'm doing, and I really love this. So this pad is from 2019, and it just has some gold foil on it that I like. So I'm going to be using a piece of this. A scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, that's okay, and some scoring tools. If you don't have those, that's fine, and liquid adhesive. Okay, so you're going to put your 6x6 in your scoreboard, and you're going to score it at 3 inches. Again, I'm using a 6x8, so I'm scoring mine at 4 inches, but 3 inches will be where you're going to score, and that's it for that. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, line it up on your grid. If you don't have a grid, just mark it with a ruler on both sides, and then just put a ruler between the two. Doop. And then you can hit it with a stylus, or hit it with the edge of your pencil, you know, something, anything. Here's some tweezers, that would work. Anything that you can use to just kind of put a slight mark in it, and that is going to help you to fold this properly. Okay, then we're going to fold it in half. Now, worst comes to worst, just fold it in half and hope that you don't crack, that the paper doesn't crack, okay? So I'm going to fold that in half. And I'm just going to hit it with my bone folder. Again, if I don't have a bone folder, I can use anything. Use the handle of your scissors. Use your thumbnail. Whatever you have, okay? And just put a nice crease in there. Then you're going to measure your width, which should be 3 inches. And then you're going to be cutting some vellum. So get out your paper trimmer, and let's cut some vellum. All right. So you're going to cut your vellum about 2 inches wide, 2 1/4. Okay. And then your height, which is 6 inches, plus 1/2 inch on each side, so 7 inches. And this is 7 inches, and that's going to be the piece of vellum that you're going to need for this. All right. So first things first, we're going to fold about 1/2 inch, give or take, on one side and burnish it. And then that piece is going to go on our front. Right all the way down. You want it all the way down. Okay? Right. Like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue this piece and then our vellum. And this is not quite straight. It needs to be very, very straight.
Oh, that's a good hamlet now.
Decide which side your pocket's going to open on, and then go ahead and put your vellum on there. Okay. Now, we're going to glue down the vellum on the inside. So we're just going to glue this little flap down, if I can get it to come up. There we go. And I'm going to just put some glue right here and glue that down. Then I'm going to go ahead and close my paper and flip up my vellum, and I'm going to run a bead of glue right here against the fold. That is where this is going to go. Okay. Now, pick this up and use your board to fold it over so it's nice and tight and snug, and then glue that part down. Okay. Now we need to put our finger pull in here. So we're going to find about the midpoint. Go ahead and take your nip out of there and then glue this shut. Go ahead and press that down, and there you have a beautiful pocket. Now let's go ahead and make a card to go on the inside here, and it is 6 inches tall, so I'm going to start with a 5-inch card. Okay, we're going to start with a 5 by 3, which is your width, 5 by 3. So let's grab some paper. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to be cutting a piece that is 5 by 3, and since I can't, you know, this I can't use because my page is 6 inches, I'm going to make sure I get rid of the end, okay? And then I'm going to cut my piece to my width, and then I'm going to cut off this side, and then cut it at 5 inches. Alright? So let's see. And that fits in there quite nicely. Maybe take a little bit more off the edge here. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's take a look. And that fits down in there. Okay? So, I don't have to not use this. I could glue this right in here if I want to. Watch. Just put a little glue on this. Hold it against the front, right where I want it to be, and then press it down. That's a little high. There we go. See? So I can go ahead and put that in there. And then we're going to work on our card, and for this, all I'm doing is just taking a piece. This is 5 by 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece that is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that should fit, giving you a very small border all the way around. Now, if you want to ink this, you could ink this, certainly. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You could round the corners, do anything that you want as far as putting this in to make your journaling card out of. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to probably decorate the front of my card. I don't know. Maybe. No, I'm just going to glue this down. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm not even going to round corners on this one. Get that out of the way. And I'm just going to make sure that I have two sides lined up. And that makes everything else fall into place. That is going to go inside. And then here, I'm going to make a card that is just about an inch narrower. So, where's that paper? Here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and take this part off. And this, I can make the full 6 inches. So let's trim off that part and see where we're at. See, it's going to fit in there just nice. Okay, again, you can round your corners or, you know, whatever you'd like. I'm going to round these just slightly. And I left just a little bit of gold on there too, top and bottom, so it's just a little bit of an effect. And that will fit right in there. And all of these little strips I'm going to save because they will work fantastically for my Scrapbuster 10,000. So I'm going to hold on to those. Okay? Now, let's take a look at what we have. I'm going to get all this mess picked up and then I'll be right back. Alright, so here's our original with the parchment paper and our little index, you know, our little journaling card inside. Right, there we go. And then this is the one that I just made, which has my little journaling card here in the front and my journaling card on the inside. Alright, so that's it. That's my project for today. Quick and easy way to get rid of some of your 6x6 pads or your 6x8 pads. I'll put the measurements for both in the description below, so you'll have the measurements for the 6x6 and the 6x8 because I know these are both common sizes. That's it. That's all I have for you. If you like what you see, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? Just press the button. It's down there somewhere. Push the button. Check out the community tab here on the YouTube channel or scoot on over to my Facebook group if you prefer. There's a list over there as well. Both places have a list to tell you everything that I have coming out, all my videos, things like that, traveling, whatever I'm doing. And check out my Ko-Fi and my Patreon. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye.